Now, Srimati Vijaya Satyanath? No. Not present. Srimati Vandana Chavan? What are you doing? How can you say?
To speak on the Railway Ministry and the budget. First of all, within the very limited time that I have, let me at the outset congratulate the Railway Minister
You only
for
4
having,
minutes, remember.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. For continuously bringing in some kind of new project and bettering the entire system. After all, railways is the lifeline of India's economy. And no matter what, one has to keep on bettering the system, adopting new technologies. I have to compliment the Honorable Minister for having brought the railways very close to the people. As Malik ji rightly said, whenever there is some kind of message on social media, even the Minister responds to it, which is a great thing. So there are only 3 points I would like to point out as concerns from the Honorable Minister. First, we all know that the internal revenue generation for the railways is primarily from the passenger and freight traffic. So Indian Railways is currently facing reduction in freight traffic and also decrease in passenger traffic. So if we see last year's trend in 2016-17, revenue from passenger traffic decreased by 6% of the budget estimates, whereas from the freight traffic also it has been decreasing over the few years. In 2016-17, the freight traffic reduced by 11% and the revenue earned reduced also by 8% from the budget estimates. So the present budget fails to propose the measures which the Honorable Minister or the Ministry is going to take to overcome this loss and generate revenue over its cost. So there is another very major challenge the railway transportation system faces, and that is about the challenges from the aviation sector. So today, if we see, India has the fastest growing aviation sector. Along with the plunging oil prices and the interest rates, air prices are achieving rail parity in terms of AC fares and passengers. The air fares are now comparable or even lower to the first class AC or second AC rail ticket fare. And therefore, alternative ideas will have to be floated by the ministry to make sure how resource mobilization will happen. I would, as many of the members have already voiced, we would like to know if the ministry will be mobilizing precious land resource which it owns. We have about 43,000 hectares of land which the Railway Ministry owns. Only 100 hectares has been used in PPP. So this will be something worthwhile to know. My second point, sir, is about the railway safety. India has had one of the worst years in terms of railway safety is concerned. Over 180 people have died in rail accidents. It's the highest death toll since 2010. So India also saw derailment of 62 trains in 2016 as compared to the 37 in the earlier year, that's 2015. This shows a 70% rise in a single year. So most of these incidents, as a lot of people say, are perhaps those which could have been prevented if the railways had taken adequate precautions. So on the one side, we are trying to push towards high-speed rails, but are we trying to neglect what the existing system or the deteriorating rail safety is concerned? Even this year, sir, there is a very ambitious plan to commission 3,500 kilometers of rail line, but we should not divert our resolve to ensure safety and maintenance of the existing old tracks. So in a question that I had asked during the last session, sir, about how many keymen, the keymen are the ones who check rail defects over the years. So this number has also decreased in the last year, and this is why one is concerned about the dearth of safety personnel. As it is said, even the signaling personnel are less, and almost 1.27 lakh people need to be recruited into the ministry, which we would like a clarification from the minister, sir. This means that if there is supposed to be recruitment, there has also to be increased funds, and that is not provided for. I will only say that there is a declining depreciation reserve fund, which also needs to be looked into. I'm not going to the details because I don't have that much time. So the last point is about safety of passengers. So the safety of passengers is prime. If we see some of the NCRB figures, in 2013, there were 26,620 cases. 2014, it increased to 31,609 cases. and 2015, 39,239 cases. So there has been a consistent increase. And the worst part is, sir, as per data available with the railways itself, a total of 712 cases including rape, murder, robbery, eve teasing were reported against women and children. So this is a matter of concern, sir. The theft and robberies also have been increasing. So I would like to know from the Honorable Minister what the railways or the ministry plans to do as far as safety of the passengers is concerned. Sir, there was a plan to set up 35,000 CCTVs at about 1,000 stations, about 35 cameras in each station. The Finance Ministry had also disbursed an amount of 200 crores immediately last year. I would like to know from the ministry what has happened. As Javed Bhai during his introductory speech rightly said, that railway has always been, as a child, a very happy experience for everybody. I think in every language that we have in India, there is some or the other song on railways, and I hope that this experience continues for our future generations also. Thank you, sir.